This is Chandler. He is not a pet. He is my co-species companion. We are friends, we are family, and this is not about ownership or commodification of animals. I was driving along Arrow Route and I look to my right and I see a little dog in the bushes. And so I turned the corner and pulled over and jumped out of the car, and Chandler was starting to cross the street at that point. And I just kind of kneeled down and he like ran towards me, which is not what a stray usually does. And he like licked me in the face and then jumped in my car. And that's how we met. And then I took him home here, and he didn't have a collar, he didn't have any sort of identification. So I called the Upland Humane Society and asked if I could bring him there because I didn't have any dog things to take care of him. And so I dropped him off at the shelter, and he had a microchip, so I thought like, oh good, he'll find his family. Like, he's a very sweet dog, but that's great, he'll find his family. And apparently the shelter contacted his family and they just kept hanging up the phone on them and wouldn't, and just wouldn't come and pick up their dog. And then I felt responsible that the little buddy was in a metal cage, so I decided to adopt him. And the rest is history. Chandler likes to follow me everywhere. That's Chandler's main goal in life. He sits outside on the balcony and watches the world go by. He does this weird butt scratching thing. He likes to hump people when you let him lick you for too long. No. He likes to sleep, but he also likes to run around the house like crazy. He likes to chew on his bone, which isn't that weird because he's a dog. And he likes to cuddle. He's definitely tricky. I don't know if he's like aware of himself as a being, if so much. Like, he's very aware of other people around him and like kind of working the system and playing off, I don't know, like trying to get his way, that sort of thing, where we kind of, especially because he can't hear, so I feel like a lot of our communication with each other is through our movement and whatever. But I know, I mean, not so much when he's inside because he doesn't ever want to do anything. But I do feel like we have moments where, especially on walks, where it's like we think, the same thing, we want to go the same way. He's responding to my movement, I'm responding to his movement, sort of thing.
But he's my favorite.
Okay. How do you and Chandler communicate?
How do we communicate?
Yeah, how do you guys communicate?
Mainly, he like goes at me, and then he tries to hump me. And then I just kind of do the same thing back to him.
Yeah, of course.
And that's how a relationship goes.
Okay. And that's how you and Chandler coexist in your home?
Yes.
Do you consider Chandler a pet or a... What is Chandler to you?
He's a playground diva.
Can you elaborate upon that?
He has things that he likes to do, and you have to know what Chandler likes to do, and you have to do them with him, otherwise he'll throw a fit.
What kind of things are they?
Like this. This is something that Chandler likes to do, and you have to know when Chandler wants to do this, because he starts to like bite your hand or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he can be a little bit on the more aggressive side sometimes,
yeah,
but then if you give him a toy, he's okay.
Yes, like this.
Okay.
What is this right
Chandler.
now? I don't even understand.
It's a lot.
Chandler likes to chew on his bone.
Yeah, he does. He loves to chew on his bone.